A few weeks ago, the boys and I were having a movie night. We watched Borat 2. It was very nice. After that, we wanted to watch something else, and we went on Hulu, and we ended up finding what is essentially a YouTube short on Hulu called The Hug. It's a 5-minute mini-movie that takes place in a Chuck E. Cheese or Five Nights at Freddy's type location called Pandory's Pan Pizza Palace. Man, do these people like alliteration or what? I sure hope so, or else that'd be a weird thing to name the restaurant. Before we continue though, if you direct your eyes to the graph, you'll see that only 30% of viewers are subscribed, which means 69% of viewers aren't subscribed. Don't question it, there's decimal points, but I didn't include that in the script. Normally, with a number like that, I'd say, nice, but that's not nice. If you're watching and the subscribe button looks like this and not this, click the subscribe button or else. Anyway, let's start the show, The Dark Wolf Show. The video opens with the graphic for Hulu I. This was a film festival Hulu put on where people could produce and get their short films on Hulu. So that's why a 5-minute video is on Hulu. Who would have thunk? Anyway, the opening shot is a group of kids cheating at skee-ball to get a bunch of tickets. An employee walks right by him and doesn't say anything. I do understand this though, why he doesn't stop them. They're just kids being shitheads, they're gonna do it regardless. So who cares, you're not getting paid enough to deal with those assholes. After they're done cheating at skee-ball, the main kid decides that they're gonna make Pandory give them a show. I don't know how they're gonna do this, how they're gonna force someone to put on a show, especially at full effort, but by their walk, they seem pretty damn determined.
Hold on, guys. Pandory's on his dinner break. He'll be back in an hour.
Oh, come on. Really, dude?
Yeah, really.
What's he gonna eat? Nuts and bolts? And other things?
Sorry, kid. It's dinner time. Even Panda's gotta eat.
It's a freaking robot. It's my birthday, and I want a panda show now. Yeah!
Listen, you little
Kids, pizza's here!
Convenient how right as he's gonna yell at the kids, the recycled pizza comes out. Get it? Because a couple years ago, Chuck E. Cheese had the thing. You get it, you're smart.
Okay, no, form a line! All right. It's just pizza. Calm down.
How did he manage to get the keys? If any 10 or 11-year-old got put in that situation, they'd fuck it up instantly. There'd be no way they wouldn't fumble or accidentally somehow like touch the guy or whatever. But I feel like somehow the kid would just mess it up somehow and drop the keys somehow. I don't know how it's possible for these kids in these shows and movies, but apparently it's possible. I doubt it though. So as the rest of the group is getting pizza, the birthday boy is about to make Pandory give him a show. And also, the employee is dishing up the pizza to the rest of the group. I've never been to a restaurant or specifically a pizza place that's done something like this where there has to be a line or something where the employee has to dish you up your pizza and you just don't do it as a group.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Pandory the Panda!
That is both the most terrifying and most 80s looking thing.
Hi, I'm Pandory the Panda. What's your name?
Aiden.
Oh, that's a pretty name.
That's a pretty name. I don't know that I've ever heard that one for a name, and specifically a boy's name, but also the name Aiden for this kid makes sense.
Do you want me to put on a show for you?
Yeah? What, do you think I stole that guy's keys just for you to tell me my name's pretty? Of course I want to show ya, doofus.
Sure.
Great! But first, you gotta come give me a big fat hug. Oh, come on! Don't be shy.
Don't be shy. I'm only an animatronic that could malfunction at any time. Maybe kill you? But that won't happen. Right? Then when Aiden's walking up to Pandory, Pandory's tail is wagging way too much. There's an uncomfortable amount of wagging in this shot. Ladies and gentlemen, the ride is about to start. Please keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times. Thank you and enjoy the ride. Sounds like a roller coaster. Get the bit? Do you understand my ha-ha?
All right. Now give me a... Hey! Hey! You're hurting me! I can't breathe! Help! Somebody! Help! Mommy! Mom! Help! Somebody! Help! Somebody! Help!
A few things. How does no one hear him? He isn't that far from the table. He's within earshot of someone. The girl even turns around and sees him, and then turns around and doesn't say a thing, even when the mom is like, "Where's Aiden?" Second thing, how does a robot's eyes become bloodshot? The eyes are the same. The eyes didn't change. It didn't go to a different part of the eyes. They just rolled up and they rolled back down. That's all that happened. How do a robot's eyes become bloodshot? Third of all, what made the face fall off? I don't want to know, but I'm just throwing that out there. Why did it fall off, and why is there this spooky face underneath it? Did the engineers know this? If so, why? Did they envision this happening at some point? Anyway, let's see how Aiden gets out of this pickle.
Have you seen Aiden? Where's Aiden?
Aiden, come over here right now!
Why did the employee have to go over the table? He could have easily went around, maybe saved some time as opposed to going over, but he also knocks a girl's pizza out of her hands and hits her in the face, I think? I don't know. Never mind, it's a guy, he just has long hair. But anyway, he hits the pizza out of the guy's hand and then he just runs over. He runs over the table. He could have saved time, potentially, by going around. But what do I know? I don't work at Chucky Pandas. So that's it, huh? Aiden just lives inside Pandora? The workers spooked by this? Pandora's back to normal somehow? No one else in the restaurant notices? All makes perfect sense to me. This video or movie or whatever you want to call it isn't the worst thing, but it's also not the best either. I can clearly see they put a lot of effort into this, but there's definitely some plot holes which is inherent with something like this. But like I said earlier, this is just a high budget YouTube short that happens to be on Hulu for some reason. Reason being Halloween. If this was on YouTube, I would think, wow, that was really good. But because it's on a professional platform like Hulu, it skews your perception. This isn't a good thing, because regardless of the platform, the same amount of effort would have went into it. Maybe if this were just on YouTube and not Hulu, the quality would be a little worse, but it'd still be impressive nonetheless if it were on just YouTube, not Hulu. The reason you say, oh, that wasn't that good because it's on Hulu, is because it's competing with stuff like Sons of Anarchy and Castle Rock, which are high budget shows. Whereas if it's on YouTube, it'd be competing with this video, which is very low effort, as you can probably tell. But it's also competing with people's daily vlogs and gaming videos and just very low effort stuff that doesn't require any sort of budget. When the boys and I first found this, we looked at it and we're like, what's this piece of shit? But that's only because we found it on Hulu, not YouTube. Because if we found it on YouTube, we'd be like, wow. We'd walk away, standing ovation, clapping our hands off. But we found it on Hulu, and this isn't that impressive for Hulu. I guess if there's any sort of takeaway from this video, it could be don't judge a book by its cover, or don't judge a production by the platform it's on. This is important nowadays because there's so many different platforms. You could see something, and depending on where you saw it, it can skew your perception of the quality of the thing. For someone who doesn't use TikTok and doesn't like TikTok, they could see a TikTok on Twitter or Reddit or any other social media and think, that video was funny. But if someone came up to that person and said, hey, look at this TikTok, they would already have a negative connotation in their head and they'd inherently probably not like the video just because they know that it's a TikTok. This is the idea I had in my head the other night while I was watching this. I saw a 5-minute movie on Hulu and I thought, how good could this be? It wasn't until I started writing this video, I started to realize these things about our preconceived notions about the media we consume. So as a great someone once said a long time ago, don't judge a book by its cover. So yeah, that's all I have to say. I'm gonna go to Chuck E. Cheese. I'm gonna make him give me a show. I'll bring you back some recycled pizza. See ya.